What is up? How is everybody doing today on Horrors of History? This is going to be a really great program. I started it last Friday. This is called the Freya's Freaky Fridays, where we will go over some paranormal stuff, talk about some paranormal history, and even do some investigations here and there. So this is the second installment of that. Last time you guys saw a couple quick bites. We were up at Fort Adams at nighttime, and yes, it was dark. Someone noticed it was very dark up there, and it was. But I don't have any high-end stuff to really go in with as far as night vision and stuff yet. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some sponsors soon to help me with that, and also help me with some of the road traveling plans I got coming up as far as historical hikes that are going through. So don't want to get too much into details of other stuff other than the fact that we are here to talk about the paranormal tonight. Now, in case you guys are wondering, that is part of my show. That's why it says Horrors of History. Yes, there are points in my show where I will be doing investigations of certain areas. I'm not going to make that fully part of my show. That's what Freya Freaky Fridays is about. So this is, like I said, the second installment of that. Now, to give a little background on myself as far as the paranormal is concerned, I have actually been a paranormal enthusiast since I was a young lad. When I started to actually kind of recognize the fact that I wasn't immortal and that there was something on the other end, I got very curious. I got curious about ghost stories and everything I kept hearing as a kid, and I really wanted to dig deep into that. I remember my first experience like it was yesterday, and it's almost as exciting as remembering your first time with a woman, especially to me. I remember I was laying upstairs in my bedroom in a house where one of my friends lives right now, and I was praying. Now, a normal kid, I just we'll get into the praying stuff in a second, but I was praying to the man upstairs, and I had asked him point blank. I said, if there is other spirits around me or proof of spirits around me, after I was praying, I said, can you knock on the wall behind me 3 times? And it did it. And it wasn't the haircut thing that everybody puts up there on the investigations. It was 3 distinguished knocks. And it was almost the opening of the door for me as far as the paranormal world would go on, because it opened my eyes into the fact that there is definitely something out there. And I would have more encounters. It was almost like, now that I noticed it was there, it started to give me more evidence and stuff, and really, put fuel to the fire of my investigation stuff. And as a young lad, a lot of stuff I didn't know how to record it until later on, when I got those big old VHS tapes, and even later on after that, the VHC tapes. Now, I do remember one other fond story, and it was with a good friend of mine at the time. He was sleeping over for the first time, and he did not believe any of the paranormal stuff I had told him. And I could get you some more stories later on, but this one sticks into my head really well. He was sleeping over. It was the first time, and I had a Confederate flag in the background that said, "The South will rise again." And I'd gotten it from Gettysburg, because that year I had visited Gettysburg with my parents. And he saw a shadow of a hand, and the moon was like shining bright through the window. He saw the silhouette of a hand cover the white spot of the center of the flag. And I remember him asking the next morning if I was messing with the shadows at night with the moon and everything shining in there. And I told him I wasn't. He didn't stay over too many times after that, because the spirit in there had interacted with him quite a few times. The end of the story is, I think the spirit deep down inside knew that this guy was not a good person and was trying to scare him away from me. So whatever spirit was in the house, it was protective. I got more stories to tell about the spirits in there, and we'll get into that another episode. But I do think whatever was there it had my interest in its mind to keep me safe. I think now, when I'm out investigating, I have the spirit of my mother with me to keep me safe. And I have had, within the last 2 years, because of my vulnerability and my depression, I've had some really nasty spirits glom onto me. And it was hard to shake some of these. I even had to go to my fellow elder and have her pretty much cast a spell to get it to let go. Just in case anybody's wondering, yes, now I am 100% Wiccan. I do come from a Christian background. I did start studying the Wiccan religion when I was probably about 19 years old. And just to clarify stuff, if you worship or you study the Wiccan religion, in that religion it gives you the ability to worship any gods and goddesses you want. It's part of the deal. And I have a couple. But I still believe in the number one upstairs. So I still follow that regulations. And I do believe that other characters do exist. They're very strong deities. There's a lot to be said. There's even a forgotten spot where someone said that wherever you see the word God in the Bible, they had omitted the S out of there. So it was supposed to be gods. I don't know how true that is, but that's just something I've heard going through this stuff. But in the end, hey, if I pick the wrong one and I'm up there and my heart is being weighed against the feathers, and Anubis says that, yep, wrong one, and my heart is way heavier, it's my situation that's going to cause that. No one else's. So tonight, I want to start a little investigation for you guys. A little special since you've been listening to me rant through this. And I have the device ready to go. And it's just going to be basically just a version of a white noise box. There's an app on here. Now, some of the stuff on this app, I can tell you it's fake. But then there's some things on here that come across and it's pretty... It's pretty intelligent with the answers. I've gotten some really good stuff for this. I don't recommend doing this where you live unless you know how to shut the doors. I will, at the end of it, read my prayer to shut my door to make sure that tonight I sleep well. I do know 100% where I am stationed. There are spirits around here. I've been interacted with quite a few times with them. So in a little bit, I will run some stuff for you guys, and we'll do some questions and stuff with this. So forgive me if I have to shut it off real quick, because I'll put up a continuation. I am here, and sometimes my roommate, he doesn't knock when he comes down. So forgive me. All right. So we're going to start this off, and we'll turn it on. And it can come across white noise-ish. And here we go. We'll put it up there for you guys. So in opening, my name is Charles Gardner. Is there anybody here that would like to talk to me? I'm giving you the opportunity to say your name and maybe introduce yourself to me. Not going to hurt you. I would respect you won't do the same. And there you go. Sometimes, like I said, these stupid commercials come in here. You just got to shut them off. They're kind of a pain in the butt. So we're going forth. So There we go. Get right back to where we're supposed to be. Come on, get off there. Stupid thing. So, there we go. I took a couple times. It kind of got stuck there. What do you think of some of my toys down here? Do you like them? Do you know what year it is? It's picking up some peace. We might get something in a second. So the meter is actually picking up quite a bit of energy coming off this. Now it could be the fact that I'm in a basement and the breaker box is about a couple yards that way. That actually will give it a chance to feed off some power down here. Now the reason I'm doing this is because while I've been down here, I've had stuff actually push buttons on my phone. I've actually had stuff turn on my Xbox. So there's definitely something where I'm staying. The building is a historical one. It is old. It's 2 generations in. It has had death inside of it, so there's that. They're not harmful inside here. Whatever spirits are here, they're very kind. Sometimes I have brought stuff home that in my investigations was not kind. I'll give you a couple seconds to talk. Anything you want to talk about tonight? It's very quiet tonight. So that's the thing with investigating. You really can't. It's not an exact science. They're not animal or dogs or cats. They don't come on command, and sometimes it takes them a lot of energy to respond. Giving you a little bit. I know it's going to take a lot of energy to respond to us, but is there anything you would like to say to the people watching right now? Give us a couple more minutes. We'll go right to the 15 marker, and then it'll be the end of the segue. So, got a couple more minutes to talk. So as we're getting ready to talk, I'm actually going to read one of my prayers that I will read a lot of times after I'm done doing the investigations to close things off. This, you don't have to have faith in predominantly Christianity or being Wiccan or whatever religion. You just got to have some sort of faith, some sort of strength to keep yourself protected from this stuff. I mean, there's sometimes the demons listen to the Christian stuff. They listen to Wiccan stuff. I mean, it depends. And don't get the demons confused with, like, spirits of just being around you. I say demons because I brought that up, that it doesn't really matter the religion. Just as long as you got the faith, you can actually exercise what's around you and make sure you're safe. So to read this to you guys, all right, Creator, the great mystery, sources of all knowing and comfort, cleanses space of all negativity, open our pathways to peace and understanding. Love and light fills each of us in our sacred space. Our work here shall be beautiful and meaningful. Banish all energies that would mean us harm, our internal gratitude. And I usually will read that to myself, but I read that to you guys tonight as well. So, Rendrag Selak, have a very spooky Friday. Over and out.